Jacob Westbrook, welcome to the stream, and welcome everybody else tuning in. Holden Mason, Starline Dixon, Angel, welcome. No, I did not win the last race. I'll get into that here real soon. Welcome to the port. Already messed it up. Alright, we're going to redo that. We're live, but we're going to redo that. Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the second race of our doubleheader here tonight. A full race live stream again for the Truck Series. So back-to-back Truck Series races on a Monday night. This one, unlike the last one, was at Chicagoland. We head to Pocono. The first and only time we go to Pocono for the Truck Series on this season. Full race, 60 laps, no practice, no qualifying, just like the Chicagoland race. Braden Thompson, Billy Kramer, welcome. Joshua White, welcome to the stream. Do I have any tips for the 100% races? Try not to be too aggressive unless you want to. I mean that was bad advice. Don't take that advice. Honestly, like, I'm aggressive, but I know I can handle my car. If you know deep down that you cannot handle being that aggressive for that long, then don't do it. I know, and I trust myself. I mean, we haven't wrecked in the truck, any of the truck races yet. In the Cup Series, we got in a big one at Daytona, but we got lucky. We barely had any damage, only 2 seconds worth, and that was the only accident we've been in. I guess we wrecked at Sonoma too, but that was because our tires were worn out. We should have pitted earlier, but yeah, you just got to have the right strategy. The right strategy, and don't be too aggressive unless you need to be, like if it's later in the race or whatnot. Save your best equipment for the end of the race. But second race of the doubleheader. Again, this race is going to fly by, much like the opening race at Chicagoland. These truck races are quick, and this one, in fact, the quickest on the year. Matt Crafton and Gus Dean both starting at the rear. Jason White looks like he might be pretty fast here in today's race as well. So here we go from the rear. Can we do it this time? Green flag in the air at Pocono. Quickly jumping down to the inside, looking to make it 3 wide. This is likely going to be just a 1 pit stop race here today at Pocono. We had 2 cautions in the Chicagoland race earlier, with the second of which coming on the final lap of the race to end it a little early. Kyle Busch got the win in that one. So 2 different winners. Chase Elliott winning the first 2 races of the season. Kyle Busch winning race 3. Who will win race 4? Will we have another driver to clinch a playoff spot today? Or will we have a repeat winner? And Fogelman takes it 3 wide into turn 2. Boy, this truck got super tight in the center of the corners. We had to get way out of the gas. Dropping right back to where we started in 30th. That was not what we wanted out of this 24 truck. Battle for the lead side by side off of turn 3. Tough to tell for back here who will lead that opening lap of the race. We got more pressure to our inside. Jennifer Jo Cobb. No spots gained or lost on the opening lap of the race for Chase Elliott. Trying to get these spots back again. And much like the Cup race at Pocono yesterday, this truck race were very tight off of the get-go. Did not nail the setup. Again, no practice or qualifying. Having to go on a whim. And we were tight in the Chicagoland race too, but we were not this tight like we are here right now. Jennifer Jo Cobb looking to the inside. Once again. 4 position. Angela Ruck. Tyler Ankrum, the next 2 trucks in front of us. Cobb couldn't get around us on the inside. She goes to the top. Elliott is tight, had to get out of the gas. Cobb makes a great pass on the outside in the flat corner in turn 3. And now goes for the next spot on Angela Ruck down the Long Pond straightaway. Chase Elliott, look to make it 3 wide. Cobb checked up right in front of us. Contact at the end of the straightaway. Definitely accidental. More of a checkup in turn 1, and that allows Gus Dean to get underneath Elliott. So hard to pass here at Pocono, and you've seen that already in the early going. We can get to the inside. It looks like we can clear, but we just can't quite clear the truck to our outside. Racetrack and the truck being too tight, just not a good combination, especially back in traffic. But as the run carries on, we should be faster, but much like the Chicagoland race, will it take too long for the truck to kick in? Or will we be fine? We gained a couple of spots down the Long Pond straightaway. Underneath Josh Reaume now for 26th. 3 passes already in the early going of this lap. Lap 4 in this one, but again, just a 60-lap race. This is a full race. It's not cut in half because of a shortened length. This is the full length of this race. We'll only have one more shortened truck race, and it will likely be at Richmond later this season. Ashton G, welcome to the stream. Gonna alternate through the cameras here for the first time already today. Just on lap 5 in this one. Again, still trying to get used to the trucks, the cars, the handling each racetrack. Again, only the 4th race of the season for the truck series. Total here on NASCAR Heat 5. Again, no career mode races I've started yet, so strictly off of the championship mode. This is only my 9th race, so still trying to get used to a new game at the same time too. Partly why we're struggling with the setups with no practice or qualifying. Just hopping right on and in and going, and it's definitely difficult. Trying to side draft that Ford truck of Lassard to our outside, but we again cannot complete the pass. Seems like the truck on the outside, especially off of turn 3, gets the better run. We're in the draft though, back to the inside of Lassard again this time. And we're going to clear him before we get into turn 1. Matt Crafton's in 22nd. Not a great start for him today. Not a great start for him this season in general. Hopefully he can get it going as the season progresses and maybe have a shot to make the playoffs come the end of the regular season. Sydney Duncan Gaming, welcome to the stream. Now the Cup race took us about 12 laps, 12 to 14 laps roughly, to start cutting back into the deficit on the race leader. We cannot have this truck take that long. This is a much shorter race. The Cup race was 130 laps. This is only 60. Less than half of that full Cup race. We have got to get going. Mr. Brick, welcome to the stream. Ace Dark Light, welcome to the stream. We did finish 4th, by the way, at Chicagoland. And Kyle Busch got the win. 2nd place barely with Stuart Friesen with Johnny Sauter. In 3rd, Marcus Hook, a generated rookie driver. Oh, rounding out the top 5, a little contact with Crafton off of turn 2. And he is all over our back bumper. He did not like that move. But that push is going to allow us to get on by the 22 truck now of Austin Wayne Self. He checks up off the exit of the corner, and here comes Crafton to the inside as Elliott tries to break the draft. Side by side and side drafting now down the Long Pond straightaway is Crafton and Austin Wayne Self. Aiden Rowland, welcome to the stream. We saw an awesome strategy race in the Cup race here. Well, we see an awesome strategy race here in this truck race as Crafton's trying to get in our draft down the 2nd longest straightaway of the track. We took it deep into turn 1, actually got it to stick on the apron. Very fortunate because usually you can't do that in turn 1. Turn 2, the apron's got a lot more grip in the tunnel turn. Less bumps to run over than the inside of the actual racing groove. So if you If you can get under that, there's actually just as much grip as what there would be on the actual bank part of the racetrack. Jeremy Hawk, welcome to the stream. Jesse Little, coming off of a great top 10 performance at Chicagoland, had a great run at Daytona, finished in the top 10 there. So in the first 3 races of the season, 2 top 10s for the rookie. And we did not expect Jesse Little to really be a championship contender or a playoff contender for that matter, but doing a great job early in the season. Hard work will pay off in the end for that team if they can keep it going. Not a great run early on here at Pocono in a race that is not that long, but maybe a couple cautions going their way and a little bit of extra added on strategy, they might have a shot. Again, down to the inside, breaking the draft again down the Long Pond straightaway. And back in the draft now on Jesse Little. We had to break it from Brett Moffitt behind us, former series champion back in 2018. Crafton, of course, the defending champion there. So the last 2 defending champs in the Truck Series, both running 20th or worse early on in this race. Yeah, I'm living with my parents. I'm only 20 years old, and I've had a full-time job since I got out of high school. But yeah, I've thought about moving out a couple times, you know, but I keep like, you know, it's all right where it's at right now. It's nice. I mean, the bills I'm paying probably not as expensive as what, by bills I mean, you know, my car insurance, phone bill, you know, stuff like that. You know, wouldn't be as expensive as if I were to move out on my own. So yeah, I'm still young yet too, you know, not really a desperate need to get out right now. But between that and then also if I watch my own videos, I go back, not all the time, but if there was a really good race, much like the Sonoma finish yesterday in the Cup Series, as far as like the finish went, I like to go back and actually like listen to myself, you know, how did I broadcast through it, kind of critique myself as far as what I can do better going forward. That's the main reason why I watch it. I try to go back and remember some of the like highlight moments so I can really go back, critique my broadcasting. Okay, what can I do here? What can I do there going forward? Oh, that was good. That wasn't good. I should scrap that kind of thing. Much like an actual broadcaster would, you know, just kind of grade yourself and critique yourself. And I think that's a lot of how I've gotten better over it. In the very beginning, I was watching a lot of my own videos, but now, since I've been doing it daily, I maybe catch 5 to 10 minutes, and not even every video either. It's like every couple races, it seems like now. Every like 4 or 5 races, I'll catch one. Well, yeah, just to kind of go back and critique, I do. Playing on 105 AI difficulty. As usual, just like NASCAR Heat 4. Every series, every race. But Chase Elliott's going to make the pass on Tyler Hill now. That is for 14th on the racetrack. Jason White is having a great run in 12th for that team right now. Might have a shot at a top 10, but you can tell this truck is definitely kicking in. It's still a little on the tight side as we barely clear Sheldon Creed and barely keep it off the wall. Actually, I think Creed about shot it off the wall. Look at Creed trying to get around us desperately going into turn 3. Got right back to that back bumper. Oh, we got trouble. Car, truck in the wall. Truck hard in the inside wall and the retaining guardrail. Grant Enfinger goes for a spin. No caution in that 2-truck accident Heavy crash off of turn 3. That'll gain us a couple more positions. That'll put Jason White now into the top 10, but I am very shocked that there was no caution there. Much like you saw in the Cup Series, there was one instant where Austin Dillon went for a spin into the inside retaining wall off of turn 2, and there was no caution there. That was a single car incident. That had 2 trucks involved, but still no yellow for whatever reason. As we are going to pass Jason White now into turn 2 for 10th, barely going to clear him. That was crazy. That was a very hard hit for Grant Enfinger into that guardrail. No safer barrier down there. I don't know if he was trying to avoid the truck that spun to the outside. Couldn't tell exactly who it was, but the truck that spun to the outside into the wall, I don't know if he tried to avoid him or if he got clipped and he got turned towards the inside wall. But definitely a multi-truck accident. Favorite Truck Series driver? Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't really have a favorite. I did when I was younger. I was a Todd Bodine fan when it came to Truck Series racing. I don't really like root for anybody in the Truck Series necessarily, but the Thor Motorsport guys, they're based out of Sandusky, Ohio. I live 45-50 minutes from Sandusky, so it's kind of like a home team kind of thing. So I like to see those guys do good. Preferably Crafton if I had to choose one. They're all good guys. And I'll alternate through the cameras just one more time in this race already today. Still about 16 seconds off the lead despite being in the top 10. Working on Zane Smith for 9th place. And now working on 8th, Tanner Gray into turn 2. Trying to clear him. Oh, contact as he tried to get the side draft off the right rear. Heavy contact with Tanner Gray. Still side by side into 3. Trying to side draft him back. Gray's got a good run. Oh, very tight. He's trying to side draft us again. Now pulling away down to the bottom. Trying to get away from Tanner Gray off of turn 3 and finally clear down the Long Pond straightaway. Just over a quarter of the way through this race already. Lap 17 of 60. And we are into the top 10. But the deficit on the race leader is still a big margin, just barely under 16 seconds. So we've only really gained about a half a second or so. Justin M., welcome to the stream. Luke Jarvis 07, welcome to the stream. Ross Chastain, less than a second ahead. Trying to get through turn 3 a little bit better than that Nice Motorsport driver. Off of turn 3. Down to the bottom. Ran our fastest lap of the race here early on. Easily going to clear Chastain down the Long Pond straightaway once again. Good passing zone. If you can get off of turn 3 really well, we've got the straightaway speed in the truck. We just got to get the cornering down a little bit better and work with what we've got, knowing we've only got one pit stop today. We got to see how this long run's going to work as well. How the truck is going to handle at the very end of the run before we make an adjustment during that first pit stop. First and only pit stop again. Obviously that depends if we get a caution or not. This is likely going to be a track position kind of race, and much like the Cup race, seems like we get faster the more laps we have on the tires. So it might be worth staying out to try and get the track position, much like we played in that Cup Series race yesterday. Yeah, we just ran our fastest lap again there. Why'd they add the random people in the game? Probably, well, not probably. It's because they didn't get the rights to anybody else, so they had to fill a generated driver. There's one in the Truck Series and one in the Cup Series. I don't think there's any generated drivers in the Xfinity Series. You got Bobby Carter in the Cup, and then here in the Truck Series, you got Marcus Hook. Both listed as rookies. Here's Ty Majeski outrunning Ross Chastain right now. Not by a lot, but he is outrunning his teammate. Veteran teammate, might I add. Big run in the draft. To his inside. We got our first lap truck coming up here pretty soon. No, that's actually Ben Rhodes up ahead. Rhodes is on the lead lap. Down to the apron through turn 2. We did complete the pass on Majeski for 6th. Try to see if we can get a draft. I think we're just a little bit too far away from Ben Rhodes to get that draft right off of his back bumper. We still got a good run though. Again, we have a lot of straightaway speed in the truck. Do I have more grip on? I believe so. For me, but I think the fall off on the AI is normal. But this truck is still out of control, loose as it is. Not as bad right now, but I can tell it'll likely get worse. We'll have to see. This is fast when we can hang on to it. We definitely had sketchy moments in prior races, that is for sure. 39 laps to go. We're going to stick with the normal camera the rest of the race now. We're almost halfway home already. Stuart Friesen in 4th place, Johnny Sauter 3rd. Sauter 2nd in points coming into this one. That means Kyle Busch is automatically in the top 2. Is there a chance Kyle Busch could sweep the doubleheader in the Truck Series today? Oh, Friesen had to go to the outside to get around the lap truck there of Angela Ruck. We didn't catch her in a great spot either, but now Friesen's caught behind Greenfield down the Long Pond straightaway. He's going to make a move to the outside. We're going to clear everybody using Greenfield as a pick. Elliott up to 4th. Austin Hill's up to 2nd place. That means Kyle Busch is the race leader. About 6.5 seconds ahead of us still, but we are gunning him down. And we're almost halfway through the race. And this could turn into a fuel mileage race today. We got to make sure we can get to the halfway mark on fuel before we... Tires, no problem. They'll make it that long. It is looking like a straight-on fuel mileage race here at Pocono. Oh, very tight there with Josh Reaume. Gonna get around him. Chasey Does Stuff, welcome to the stream. Still in 4th, but we are running down the race leaders. 4.5 seconds off the lead now. Handling of the truck has definitely gotten better the older the tires and the more laps. I figured that would happen. The truck would really come in. And you can just feel what a tremendous difference it is, just like in the Cup Series. Air pressure builds up the more laps you run, therefore it will loosen the car up as much as the wear on the tires as well. Just getting underneath of Rafa Lessard. 3 wide now on Sauter. He's got a lap truck to his outside of Jennifer Joe Cobb. Elliott clear of Sauter before we even get into turn 2. The 2 points leaders. And Marcus Hook is actually in first place. The generator rookie Marcus Hook dominating early on. I thought Kyle Busch might have been in first. I don't remember passing Kyle Busch earlier on. That's pretty interesting. Now to the outside of Austin Hill. Clear. Chase Elliott up to second place. And our fastest lap of the race was ran that last time by. Oh boy, yeah, we got back in the gas too soon in turn 1. Actually had to hit the brakes to keep from hitting the wall. Still 2 seconds off the lead. So the camera I used for the pre-race and post-race analysis videos is simply just my phone. I don't really have like a camera. So yeah, I just use my phone for that. Also doesn't help with the lighting there sometimes. But that's all I've got right now. And then for doing these live streams, I don't actually have like a physical mic. I just use my headphones, my earpieces. I just got the one in and the one out. Oh, Marcus Hook desperately trying to get around the lap truck just up ahead. It costed him a ton of time to get around Riley Herbst there. And now Marcus Hook is just less than a second ahead. And look at Elliott shooting the gap on Herbst to quickly get around him, not waste any time, and try to run down Hook. Lap 28 at the line. Hook has the lead. Elliott down to the inside. Breaking the draft. Here comes the move. 33 laps to go at Pocono. Chase Elliott to the lead into turn 1 on Marcus Hook. Oh, and we overrun turn 1 just a hair. A little tight. That's going to give Hook the bottom to try and cross us over, but he can't get to the bumper. It'll be an official lead change at the line this time for Chase Elliott. .32 to go. Chasey, I just missed you in the chat earlier if you were there. That's all. Ernest, welcome to the stream also. Sauter is putting the pressure on Elliott as far as the regular season championship goes. Sauter, another top 5 performance in the early going of the season here, sitting in 4th after a 3rd place finish, actually outscoring us by 1 point in the last race at Chicagoland. Truck is definitely coming in, but you wonder, will we get a caution here today at Pocono? We already saw one accident, a two-car pileup off of turn 3. As we just ran our fastest lap of the race again on extremely old tires at the end of the pit window. We have 31 laps to go. Here is the fuel mileage part of the race. I don't think any of the leaders hit pit road that time by. They're going to try to at least make it to halfway. But we are going to have to pit this time by, which will put us right at the edge of the pit window. As we have about a 4.5 second lead. Now about a 5-second lead into turn 3 on Marcus Hook. We're not quite going to catch Kyle Busch. Busch with a terrible run early on. In 17th despite having a win at Chicagoland, but at least he's in the playoffs. He doesn't have to worry about it too much. He's fighting for the regular season title, though. He came in 3rd. 55 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. 4 fresh tires under this pit stop. Full tank of fuel. Not going to repair any damage. Trying to save as much time as possible. No adjustments needed. We were getting faster as the run went on. There you go, Ernest. Yeah, hit that like button down below if you guys are enjoying the race commentary video in general, as usual. 15.8 second pit stop that time by Aiden. Thanks, but no thanks on the mic. I really do appreciate it. I just don't have like a P.O. box or anything that you can really send it to me. But I'll get a mic here as we go on eventually. This is just a small channel, guys, right now. But seriously, thanks for the help. You guys just watching the videos alone and enjoying it is a big help enough. So here's where the interesting part is. 9 drivers stayed out of the pits. 9 drivers stayed out of the pits that last lap. That means that they are going to be able to make it, assuming they can run the same amount of laps this time. We have to try to run one more lap than what we did on this last run. And we've got 9 guys to beat right now. 29 to go. And Marcus Hook was one of those drivers that stayed out. We just cycled ahead of him as we speak. So he was just coming out of the pits back behind us. We had fresher tires for a little bit, so yeah, you can see we gained, by pitting 1 lap earlier than him, we only gained a second. Marcus Hook is faster on the shorter run. He's going to try to run us down here. Get the channel to 500 subs by Christmas. Oh, that's easy. We got to get 1,000 by Christmas. I mean, at the rate we're going at, I'm literally getting like 30 subs a week the last, what, 3 weeks now? Yeah, that's a little too easy to get to 500. We should get to 400 by the end of August, honestly. At this rate. Easily. Some smoke entering that pit road area. I don't know if that was from somebody locking the brakes up or if that was somebody actually blowing up going on to pit road, but whatever the case, Chase Elliott has cycled into the lead. It'll be an official lead change this time by. We will have 27 laps to go. And Marcus Hook is gaining a lot of ground. We've got a lot of clean air tires. Again, it is going to take about 15 laps for them to come in. Marcus Hook, this is his time to shine. Plus, Marcus Hook lasted 1 lap longer than us. He's got a better chance of making it on fuel than we do to the end of the race. This is going to become a fuel mileage race, but not any longer because the caution will fly. Caution is out for the first time today with 28 laps to go. We will restart with about 24 laps left. And that will help us make it on fuel likely. We should be able to make it on fuel now. William Nix, welcome back. So yeah, we're going to stay out of the pits, keep the track position here. Well, we might get gunned on the restart by a lot of these hungry drivers behind us. That's the only thing that might have hurt us with the caution, but at least there's a better chance to make it on fuel. 24 laps to go at Pocono. Chase Elliott leads the field to the green. Pocono's known for crazy restarts. We'll see what will happen here late in the race. Good jump into turn 1 from Chase Elliott. Trying to hold the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Marcus Hook. Quickly getting to the bottom. He's looking low. Can't get there. Big run on the top by Sauter. A huge block. And that's going to stall the outside lineup. And here comes Hook. Contact off of turn number 1. Sauter gets into the back of Elliott. A late block by Chase. And now a late dive. Oh, Hook moves us. And Hook turns himself. Hook goes around 4 wide, 5 wide, off of turn 2. Elliott is loose. Big save. Marcus Hook went around as he about turned us into turn number 2. Side by side for the lead now between Sauter and Hill. What a save by Elliott, but I don't think Hook was able to save it. And that's going to cost him any sort of shot of winning this race. He has been so dominant all day long. 5 wide off of turn 2 when Hook was spinning. How did we make it through there? We did lose a lot of spots, but that's better than a wrecked race truck. Remember the 5-second damage clock plus the DNFs, of course, for this game. My gosh. Tyler Hill with a great run in 6th. Look at Friesen trying to get back into it. Remember, he was in 3rd before the caution. Now we're 3 wide middle. And now side by side by the time we roll into turn 3 with Matt Crafton, who is now in the top 10. He was outside the top 20 all day. And he's up to 9th now on the restart. Jason White trying to get back into the top 10 like he was earlier. It was insane. Like, if anybody was going to try to turn us in turn 2, it should have been Sauter after that late block. I don't know why Marcus Hook just sent it into turn 2 like he did. But that definitely did not pay out for him. A little too early there. And here comes Harrison Burton now trying to go up through the middle. Desperately trying to side draft off the right rear of Elliott's truck. Made contact, though, in doing it and slowed us both down instead of giving Eckes the run, but Eckes will get on by in the next corner in turn 2. Oh my. Looking at the chat, I looked up and we were 3 wide middle again with Jesse Little that time and Grant Enfinger. Big push from Ben Rhodes. 21 to go. How far out ahead will the leaders get? That was a massive push into turn 1 for Rhodes. We only ran 2 laps on these tires before the caution came out. So they are still pretty new. And 1 lap fresher tires for those guys, those 9 drivers that were able to make it a lap longer than us. 1 lap isn't going to make a difference though. Unbelievable. Back to 15th. For Chase Elliott, 5.5 seconds off the lead. That is manageable. There's still a lot of trucks in between us and the leader, though. We'll probably still be losing more ground before the truck kicks in. But just like Chicagoland, we had that late race caution with 29 to go. In that race, 28 to go here. 1 less lap on the restart here than at Chicagoland. And Chicagoland, the truck did not come in time. Will it come in time here at Pocono for the second race of the doubleheader? And Johnny Sauter has a chance to gain massive points with a win. Only 11 points back in the regular season championship lead coming into this race. And even if we get, let's say, all the way up to 2nd and Sauter wins, that is still a 5-point advantage. Plus a win would lock him into the playoffs. Or anybody else if we do have a new winner. Make it so I'm older than 21. Yeah, I know. I got to go in there and figure out how to do that. I've been getting asked that a lot. I just never think about it. I turn on the PlayStation, I turn on the stream. Like, I just, like, the only time I'm on here is when I'm streaming. Or making a video. Truck's slowly starting to come in, but we're still just a little too tight. Now 8 seconds off the lead. 3 wide up in front of us. Oh, going into the tunnel turn, maybe not a great idea to go 3 wide, but Jason White is going to thread the needle. No, he backs off. Well, he tried again. He's got Enfinger and Eckes side by side right in front of him. And White's just got nowhere to go, despite likely being faster than both of them. Crafton's holding both of those guys up ahead of him. Eckes is going to get to his inside, and look at Jason White go now to the inside of Enfinger again. Elliott breaks the draft off of 3. Just 18 to go. Timothy Polk, also welcome to the stream. Just now saw you in the chat. Again, that's one thing too. As we get more and more people watching this, it seems like on the daily, I might miss some of you guys in the chat throughout most of the race by accident. Try to look down as much as I can, but it's really hard to concentrate on the race. And wow, Enfinger just sent it 3 wide. We were already side by side with Jason White, and Enfinger's going to clear both White and Elliott off at turn 3. Great move. We really slipped back. We're able to get back by Jason White, though. And we have fallen about 10 seconds off the lead now. A little bit more off the lead than what we were at Chicagoland, with just a little bit less laps. Big run on Enfinger, blocking the run. Enfinger back to the outside. Can't keep up. Had to break the momentum. Now for Eckes. For 11th into turn 2. Oh, barely cleared him and into the wall. And we about got turned. Big save off of turn 2. That truck was completely pointed to the right. Oh my goodness. That might have been an even bigger save than earlier. Just less traffic around us. And that will drop us about 14 seconds off the lead now with 16 laps to go. Back up to 13th on Jason White. We just tried to clear Eckes just a little too soon. Should have been a little more patient. Eckes lost an extra spot to Enfinger as well. Yeah, if we would have hit the wall there, that would have been a bad hit in the points. There are a lot of trucks on the lead lap right now. We definitely can't afford to wreck here. There's been no sight of Marcus Hook since his incident. He might have had to come down pit road, I'm not sure. 15 laps to go at Pocono. And remember, we had a caution come out on the last lap of the Chicagoland race. So we need to get to the lead as soon as possible in case that yellow comes out on the white flag again, if we can get there. Still 14 seconds off the lead. We have not cut into that deficit more. William Nix, you're right too. That definitely could have cost us a better shot. Definitely hurt our chances of trying to win this thing. Because that cost us about 4 seconds on the race leader.
Still there?
Could have cost us a lot more if we didn't make that great save. Big side draft here on Eckes. And I'm pulling away from him. 14 laps to go. Back up to the top and clear. Up to 12th again. We got up to 11th before that incident with Eckes. Can we take Chase Elliott to victory lane for the third time in the first 4 races of the season, with Kyle Busch likely not anywhere in contention to win this race still? There's a shot for a third different winner in the first 5 races of the season. Will we have it here today? First 4 races of the season, my bad. And will we have it today? Again, 10 spots open in the playoffs, an expanded playoff field from prior for the Truck Series, expanding the field from 8 to 10. It's 13 to go. Still about 14 seconds off the lead. Tyler Hill's falling back to 10th and is about to fall outside of the top 10 once Elliott gets around him. Elliott again, we're going to try to give it a run for his money. It's very strange how similar both the Chicagoland race and the Pocono race have been tonight. I mean, very oddly similar in races, especially with the finishing result where the first caution came out with about 28-29 to go in the race. Trying to get the truck to come in, but it might be too little too late. But this time we're looking for redemption or even a late race caution. The restarts have been crazy between both races today. We saw 4 wide multiple times at Chicagoland. We saw 5 wide off of turn 2 at Pocono here in this one on that last restart, the only restart of the race. It being the only caution. Now for 8th place on Tanner Gray. Oh man, we drove it in deep. A little contact with Gray. And we couldn't get around him. We are 6 seconds off of Ty Majeski for 7th. Ben Rhodes battling with Majeski right now for that 6th spot. Favorite Packers player of all time? That's a tough question. That is a really tough question. It'd have to be either Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers. But it's such a toss-up between the two. For my age, I've seen Rodgers play more than what Favre did. I only saw Favre for about the last quarter of his career in Green Bay. Almost half. Almost half. Actually, it was probably about half. From what I can vividly remember, it was probably about a quarter, but I mean, he was so good. That was the first jersey my dad got me too when I was younger. That's why I was a Packers fan. So all my other favorite sports teams are in Detroit, but for whatever reason, he got me a Brett Favre jersey. I've been a Packers fan ever since. Maybe I liked them before I actually came to realize it, but but yeah, I don't know. That's such a tough question. They both brought so much good to Green Bay in general, to the franchise. It's fun watching Rodgers play. He's so fun to watch. I was at that game, that Week 17 game last year against Detroit, because it was in Detroit. I only live about an hour and 15 minutes south. Got tickets, last game of the regular season. Big game because they had to win to get the first round bye. And the way he led them back, that was awesome. Because there were a couple throws in there. It wasn't his best game by any means. He had a sloppy first half, which is why they were behind. I mean, the whole team was sloppy, but he was sloppy too. But those couple throws he made in the end zone for a couple of those touchdowns, sparking him back, I was like, how did he do that? It's just incredible. It's incredible to watch on TV, but in person too. I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I'll never forget Favre's last game in Green Bay too. Nobody thought it was his last game. Well, unless you're talking about the Minnesota game when he played for Minnesota, but that was one thing too. When Favre played for Minnesota, I still rooted for the Vikings and for Brett Favre as long as they weren't playing Green Bay, because those first couple years Rodgers was, well, at least the first year when Rodgers was starting quarterback, it took him a little bit of getting used to, because I think they only won 6 games that year. He was practically a rookie at that point, and yeah, Favre. Obviously mentored him, but no, what I was going to say was that I still liked watching Favre even when he played for the Jets and for Minnesota. I was rooting for him deep down inside. I was one of those Packers fans that, even though he left, I wasn't mad to see him go. I'll probably be the same with Rodgers. I won't be mad to see Rodgers go. I think it's a different circumstance with Rodgers, though. Like, Rodgers doesn't have any talent around him. Favre did have talent around him. And he wanted back in, but the team said no because they were committed with Rodgers because Favre said he retired, but then when he wanted back, it was too late. So you can't be upset with that. Alright, that's enough football talk. We got 7 laps to go here at Pocono. It is crunch time, and the caution flies with 7 laps left. Well, this changes everything again. Johnny Sauter's in the lead, and that is not what he wanted to see, as that is going to bunch the field back up again. Second caution of the race. 22 people watching currently. Thanks for everybody tuning in for this later primetime race. Second of 2 races for the doubleheader. And we're obviously going to stay out of the pits here. We got to keep the track position. We're faster on older tires. And the truck was really starting to come in there those last handful of laps. I don't know if we were going to catch him if we didn't get the yellow, but we might have gotten bailed out. Problem is, we restart on the outside, and we only have 4 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. Johnny Sauter leads the field to the green. Can we get to the bottom? Trying to get underneath Sauter. He's not letting us in. And now clear of Sauter, finally. Or not Sauter, Ben Rhodes, my bad. 3 wide and loose down to the apron, trying to hang on to it. Drove it in deep for 3rd place. 3 wide with Friesen. And I believe that's Chastain all the way on the top as we break the draft. Clearing them both. Elliott up to 3rd. Right in line behind Austin Hill. Great jump through turn 2 to the inside for 2nd. Sauter, sitting duck in the clean air. Elliott for the lead into turn 3, a huge run. Sauter. Not going to give up, but he will lose the lead. Chase Elliott off of turn 3 with 3 laps to go. Possibly getting bailed out with the caution. Sauter left into 2nd place, trying to hold on with a hard charging Austin Hill right behind him. Lloyd 54, welcome to the stream. Already a 2.5 seconds ahead of Sauter. Clean air. Older tires is the way to go for this truck today. It was going to be interesting to see if we were going to cut into that lead. We had 7 laps left when the caution came out. We were in 6th place, about 8 seconds off the lead, but we were charging because we were about 14 seconds off the lead with 11 to go. But the caution definitely helped answer that. Now will we stay green, at least to get to the white flag? Remember, caution came out on the last lap in that Chicagoland race earlier tonight. We had 2 cautions then. We've had 2 cautions here in this one. We also had 2 at Martinsville in the second race of the season there. So in the second, third, and fourth races of this Truck Series season, we've had 2 cautions in each race. I believe we had 6 at Daytona. So not a lot of cautions in this Truck Series season. But we've seen some good racing as well as here tonight. In both races, might I add. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go for Chase Elliott, just 2.5 miles. Those 2 cautions definitely helped us make it on fuel as well. If we did not get those 2 cautions, we had 7 caution laps ran. We might have been running out of fuel coming to the white flag, but luckily enough, we just needed 1, we got 2. Just 1 more corner to go for Chase Elliott to win his 3rd race of the first 4 races of the season. Only Cup Series regulars have won the first 4 races. Elliott winning 3, Kyle Busch winning 1 at Chicagoland earlier tonight. Off of turn 3 for the final time. 60 laps in the books. Chase Elliott wins the 2nd race of the doubleheader tonight, and it comes at Pocono. Redemption from the 4th place Chicagoland heartbreaker. And thanks for being there all the way there, King. They're up both streams tonight. And a victory celebration for Chase Elliott, finding victory lane again. As we go to a specialty of Elliott's up next as we go road course racing at Canadian Tire for the next Truck Series race, followed by Talladega. It's a massive, massive win here today for Elliott. Knowing Sauter was likely the guy to beat at the end. Could you imagine if that caution didn't come out? Sauter could have gained so many points with that win, especially with us running 6th at the time. Again, just 2 cautions in the race total. 54 minutes total time of the race. We ran this full truck race in less than an hour. Granted, we only had 2 cautions, so that definitely helped with the race pace, but still. Johnny Sauter 2nd. He only loses 5 points tonight, but 5 points, every point matters here for that regular season title, and still no wins for Sauter as well. So he's not locked into the playoffs yet, although he is comfortable in points through the first quarter of the regular season now. 4 of the 16 races in the regular season in the books. Again, 7-race playoff. Austin Hill 3rd, Stuart Friesen in 4th, Ben Rhodes 5th, Marcus Hook. Unbelievable. Hook spun on that restart with 24 to go. He comes back to finish 6th. Ross Chastain 7th, Ty Majeski 8th, Tanner Gray 9th, and Zane Smith rounds out the top 10. And we had 17 trucks finish on the lead lap. In this one, 3 trucks DNF. Tyler Hill, who likely brought out that last caution. Brett Moffitt, who brought out the first caution of the race. And Todd Gilliland, who was involved in that wreck that was not brought out by a caution earlier on. But yeah, you can see Hook took that hard hit to the inside wall off of the tunnel turn 2. We barely survived a couple accidents ourselves. Craziness all the way throughout. Just a 16-point lead over Sauter. Hook is up to 3rd with that great comeback 6th place finish for the generated rookie. Kyle Busch falls back to 7th, but again, he is locked in with that win at Chicagoland. And there is Chase Elliott in victory lane in the Pocono Organics 150. Am I going to run stages in the playoffs? Nope. No stages for the entire season. Was a good 2 races, yep. I don't know if I got this name right, but DeHall. One more time. No, I can't do it tonight. I gotta work in the morning. I was risking running 2, and I gotta leave for Bristol early Wednesday, so yeah, I can't spend any time. No such thing as a triple header on the channel. 2 full races is good enough for me in one night, even if they are just both truck series. But that is going to be it for this one. We'll have another race on the channel tomorrow night for sure, whenever I can get off of work. So going to try to shoot for about 8:15, 8:30 if at all possible. Let's take a look at the race stats here first before we end it. Johnny Sauter, 54.662, or 622, had the fastest lap. Marcus Hook led the most, 28 laps of the 60 laps led. Elliott, from the rear to the front, we only led probably 10 laps at the most here today. In this one, we only led about 10 laps in the first race too. Not a lot of laps led, but we got 1 win and a 4th place finish, so not bad in the doubleheader tonight at all. So that is going to do it. Yep, gonna have a good night again. See you tomorrow. So not sure what race we're going to do tomorrow. It's either going to be Canadian Tire for the Truck Series full race live stream, or it's going to be Bristol, the Food City 500 for the Cup Series full race live stream. Again, depends on when I get home. If I can't get home till later, it'll be a Truck Series race because I just won't have enough time to do the Cup with having to leave early Wednesday morning to go to Bristol for the All-Star race. So we'll have to wait and see how that will work out, but it'll be one of those 2 races. Because, again, likely won't have the patch for the Xfinity Series yet. Hopefully NASCAR Heat works on that for the coming days. But, again, thanks for everybody joining. Appreciate it, as always. The road to 1,000 subs. It's becoming time. It's becoming countdown time. I know we're not, like, real close yet, but we've been getting a lot of subs here over the last, really, month or 2. Maybe even less than that. It's just been... channel is growing. This channel is growing. So again, thanks for the support as always, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks. Have a good one.